John is an office worker who always feels stressed and unappreciated at work. Every day felt like a burden to carry, and the smile on his face became less and less visible. One day, after having a particularly bad day at the office, John decided to take a walk in the park near his house to find some peace. There, he met an old man, Mr. Anderson, who was sitting on a park bench feeding birds. Life feels so overwhelming. It's like no matter what I do, it doesn't make a difference. Mr. Anderson turned his head with a wise smile on his face. Let me tell you a story, young man. Years ago, I was just like you. One day, I decided to start doing small acts of kindness, without expecting anything in return. John sighed, skeptical. What's the point of small acts? They won't change anything. Mr. Anderson chuckled, recalling his past. That's where you're wrong. These small acts create ripples. One day, I helped a young boy with his school project. That boy grew up to be a teacher and inspired hundreds of students to pursue their dreams. You see, you may not always see the impact of your actions immediately, but they do make a difference. John looked interested but still doubtful. But how can something so small make such a big impact? Imagine you throw a pebble into a pond. It creates ripples that spread out far and wide. You might not see where all those ripples go, but they travel much further than you might think. I suppose that makes sense, but it's hard to see the results in real life. True. Let me tell you another story. Years ago, I used to visit a small bakery every morning. The owner, Mrs. Thompson, was struggling to keep her business alive. I noticed her struggle and started leaving generous tips and spreading good words about her bakery. Over time, more and more people began to visit her shop, and her business flourished. It wasn't much, just a little kindness and support, but it made a world of difference to her. John started to look more open. That's amazing. So, you're saying that even the smallest gestures can change someone's life? Mr. Anderson nodded. Exactly. And not just someone else's life, but your own as well. When you start focusing on positive actions, no matter how small, you start to see the world differently. You start to feel more connected, more purposeful. I guess I've been too focused on my own struggles to notice how I could help others. It's never too late to start, John. Start with something small. Smile at a stranger, hold the door open for someone, offer a kind word. You'll be surprised at how these small acts can brighten someone's day and, in turn, brighten yours. I will try, Mr. Anderson. Thank you for sharing your stories with me. Mr. Anderson smiled warmly. Remember, John, every action, no matter how small, can create ripples that reach far beyond what you can see. Be the change you wish to see in the world.